So DC Comics is putting out 3 huge comic books this week that are really changing things for almost every character. Something is different about them. We're going to go over some of them, some of the big ones here, and some of the other little interesting tidbits. Joshua, kick us off here.
So full spoilers for DC Universe Rebirth #1, Superman 52, and Justice League number 50. So if you haven't read those, get out of here, then come back. Here we go.
They did it. Using their speedster powers.
The first big one is, my God, Superman died again.
Yes, yes.
But they've immediately replaced him with the original Superman who was around before the New 52. So it's hard to get too sad about this.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the whole thing is that Rebirth is kind of doing this whole acknowledgement of New 52, of like, you know, what has changed, what has not changed. And so it just seems like we're getting rid of this Superman, but don't worry.
Yeah, it feels weird how Rebirth sort of like retroactively went and fixed things, like just through the story and sort of like taking things that we didn't like, getting rid of them, and then like pushing the characters forward with sort of embracing what we originally liked about those characters. And for this one, they're just like, no, Superman's dead.
Yeah.
New 52 Superman has been, he just like exploded, you know, or imploded, sort of.
Yeah.
The story of where it happened is actually really weird, even on comic book levels, of just there's this guy infused with his powers that it kind of accidentally got, and he thought he was Superman, but he was like this glowing, bright, like fiery Superman, and then he was gonna like detonate and destroy the world, so Superman went up and absorbed all that energy and fell back to Earth, and of course his cells have been under attack from losing his powers and being infected with kryptonite, and from absorbing all the powers of Apocalypse and the Darkseid War. So all these things have contributing to he's just like about to expire, and then he does as they're, you know, he's surrounded by, you know, Supergirl, and he's like, oh, you got to continue on, and Wonder Woman, he's like, oh, you know, I love you, and because they had a relationship in the New 52, but now that's going to be gone.
Yeah.
He's gone, he's dead, and this new Superman is back, and this, well, it's the new not new.
He's the old Superman.
Old Superman who married Lois Lane and had a kid. So they have a little Superboy, Jonathan, named after, you know, Jonathan Kent, his father. So they're back, and he's going to be the Superman going forward, and he's got sort of a Man of Steel-esque costume on, with sort of the ribbing and the wrist things. So it's like we never did even lose the Superman.
Yeah, it seems like it's pretty symbolic about like, okay, we're changing things. We're going to change some things back. And so, yeah, I have a feeling the New 52 Superman, that's it. I don't think we're going to see him again coming back to life because we got another Superman. It's okay. Let's talk, though, about another big return character here that's happening with all this.
Wally West is back!
Wally West is back.
Oh my gosh. I feel like if any character was going to be sort of the catalyst for DC Rebirth, it had to be Wally West. And it was such a great story of him coming back, trying to find a tether with just people who he could connect with to bring him back to our world. And then I really thought he was not going to come back. They had me right there at the end. But then Barry Allen, who else, you know, the man who mentored him when he was Kid Flash, he brings him back. I had tears in my eyes. It was great. But as far as what it means just for him to come back, you know, he's a great example of like legacy in the DC universe, and that's something that was missing in the New 52. So it's great to get him back. And for a lot of people, he is the Flash.
Yeah.
Like for 20 years.
Yeah, it was 2 decades. Yeah. 2 very big comic book reading decades.
Yeah. And just like some people, you know, have their favorite Green Lantern or something. He is like Kyle Rayner's my Green Lantern or something like that. He's not mine. I like Simon Baz the best. Right. But you hear people say that, or choosing who's their favorite Robin or something.
Yeah.
And so for a lot of people, it really is Wally West. So to bring him back really does mean a lot. And it's really weird that, you know, he's back. But he'll be called the Flash, but Barry Allen Flash is still around and, you know, headlining the Flash book, but Barry Allen will be in Titans book where he like reteams with these other Titans. But then there's the Teen Titans led by Damian, and then Superboy's gonna join that.
And then there's the New 52 Wally West.
Yes, who's still around, which they explained that
they're cousins.
They're distant cousins who both were named after their grandfather, Wallace West.
Right. So that's a little confusing and convoluted, but I think where everyone is so happy to have Wally West, classic Wally West back.
Yes, and he's in a costume where he still has the Kid Flash design where the hair is out, and but it's like Flash red.
Yeah.
And then it's a white lining, so it's a little different, but it's still like retro. I like it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I was psyched to see him too. And like you said, the legacy thing, I think, was something that a lot of people were sad to see go, and so it's kind of cool to have that back.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other stuff happening, so bullet point us here. Take us through some of the other things that are going on in this whole storyline.
Wonder Woman has a twin brother.
Wow.
A lost twin brother. I hope they call him Wonder Man.
Don't think they're gonna call him Wonder Man for certain reasons.
Yeah. Let's see. Darkseid is a baby.
Yeah.
He was killed at the beginning of the Darkseid War, but through comic booky things, Superwoman's baby was used to absorb the power of of Darkseid, along with some other heroes and villains. And it was Darkseid. He came back in full adult form, was then defeated and reverted back into baby form. And so Grail, his daughter, is hiding out with him in a cave somewhere.
His daughter is raising him as a baby.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, while Darkseid is gone, Lex Luthor has taken over as ruler of Apocalypse, and they revere him as a hero, and he's wearing his own Superman suit, with the S and everything.
Yeah.
And I love he's got a mother box, but instead of saying ping, 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 it says Lex, 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 Lex.
Because that guy is narcissistic. He just wants to hear his name literally said all day.
So that will be picked up on in Action Comics, along with the new Superman. Who's the old Superman? And so that will be picked up at that. That's cool. I love Lex as a character. He almost reminds me of Doctor Doom a little bit. If there's power, he will find a way to have it, and he thinks he's right. He thinks he's the hero.
He thinks he can do it better. So
Yes.
him wearing the S kind of makes sense because it's I can be a better Superman than Superman.
Yeah. And this is, for Green Lantern fans out there, you'll be excited that Jessica Cruz is now a Green Lantern. She was Power Ring, and she did sort of this heroic sacrifice at the end of the Darkseid War, and she got to put on a Green Lantern ring and became a new Green Lantern. And I think that's great for a lot of reasons, but also for a multimedia reason, in that I think the Green Lantern core movie could use a female Green Lantern from Earth, and I think she would be a great candidate.
I think it's very possible that people at Warner Brothers are agreeing with you right now.
And then finally, Aqualad is gay.
Aqualad is gay, yes.
It's always weird when they change a pre-existing superhero's sexuality.
Yeah.
I admit that, but with sort of the characters who aren't defined by their sexuality to sort of put a new spin on them and reintroduce them that way, I'm down for that. As a gay nerd, I want to have someone to choose besides North Star. He's kind of a jerk, okay? Give me something else.
And I think, we were talking earlier about, I believe Greg Weisman, who did Young Justice, the animated series, said when they introduced that version of Aqualad on Young Justice, he actually, in his mind, wanted him to be gay, and they just never did it. So, hey, it's finally coming to fruition.
Hey, Aqualad, welcome to the team.
Welcome to the team. What is your favorite thing of all these revelations? I think I know what it is, but what is it?
It's, there's a lot of big stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm all about that Green Lantern. Jessica Cruz, I think, is great. Is that what you thought I was going to choose?
I thought you were going to say Wally West return.
Wally West is really big, but I actually started reading comic books sort of after he was the big thing. So obviously going back and reading all the classics and stuff, I really do love Wally, and I'm really happy to see him back. But just getting my Lady Green Lantern from Earth is the first female Green Lantern from Earth is just makes me really happy.
Right. I'm all about Wally, but those are both cool things. But let us know, what do you think? What do you think of all these revelations, changes, twists, and what is your favorite? Let us know in the comments for plenty more on everything going on in DC Comics. Keep it here at IGN.